Let's look at Taiwan Semi real quick. This is Q3, just reported, I believe, for September. We're going to do this in new Taiwanese dollars. And let's see what they did. Big numbers. I'm looking at totally wrong thing. I'm looking at the balance sheet. So Taiwan Semi, 30% revenue growth.
CNBC 1030.
24,684. Okay, 95,202. Oh no, wait. That's 73. Other comprehensive income. I'll probably exclude that. That's $1 billion Taiwanese dollars. I don't even know what you're saying, Jeff Smith. 99.9% strike rate plays? What is that? I don't even know what that is. Yeah, Phil. Actually, we are just about to close our round. So used to saying yes, but I think our seed round is done. You're welcome to email me anyway, martin@dl.software. But I think we're moving to a Series A round at a much higher valuation. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for making my company very valuable. I can't wait to watch the earnings. I don't know if what's going to happen. I mean, everyone is surprised by Meta's reaction. I am going to stay long Sarepta, yes. I've not changed my mind. We had a low valuation, very, very low. Like, yeah, typically the valuation for a startup is like 10 or 20 million for pre-seed. That's where we were at. We raised 2 million, doubled the valuation, a little more than double actually, and raised 5. We're going to probably have a press release out on that soon. And then probably go into Series A in the 9 digits valuation. So good stuff. Just put the extra respect on it. That's what you needed to do. I really need the RZA as my advisor, just to give occasional, like, you know, shout outs. Bring back Wu-Tang Financial. Wu-Tang Financial. If you're not an accredited investor, you should do something else. Investing's probably not for you. For a lot of people, it's a big milestone.
Breaking views, obesity feeding frenzy risks queasy outcome.
People have that, oh, I need $1 billion. Locked in accounts should get a warrant, and I think that'd be fun. My coworkers and investors would not love that, but I think we should do that. It'd be funny. Do a bunch of legal work, complicate our cap structure just for the lulz. Fake meat is done. It's over. I don't hold trades too long, but I've been holding Quantum forever. I often will tweet. It's my joke. Does anybody know a good bank to diversify my bonds with? A good financial institution. Is there a symbol for Taiwanese dollar? It looks like maybe a yen, I think. Like an FX section here. Annoying. Is it NTD? Is that the... I thought it was TWD, no? Yeah, TWD. How about USD TWD? $30.72. Or 30 Taiwan dollars, 72 cents. So 1.3 trillion market cap for Taiwan Semi, 1.2 trillion enterprise value. Taiwan Semi started in 1987. Is actually something of a young company. I've converted these to USD. So now do I have to convert these maybe to back to USD for EPS? Maybe Taiwan Semi's the play. I mean, Taiwan Semi's 19 times. The cheapest are Taiwan Semi, Berkshire, which isn't growing, and JP Morgan, which is a bank. So like Taiwan Semi still could be the winner. I mean, Taiwan Semi margins are not bad, and the growth is there. I mean, it's not NVIDIA growth, but it's not too far. And, you know, they got diversification with Apple and is Broadcom using them, I think. Google? No, Google uses Broadcom, right? I'm starting to look at those, Matthew. It's not my space. It's going to take me 10 years to really learn semiconductors. It's not a overnight process, you know? And that would take deep dedications, which I don't have. Oh yeah, look at BTQ disappearing, doing disappearing act. Yeah, BTQ is going to zero, dude. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Be 6 handle real soon. Oh, you got to decide that, Mason. I give a whole video series on that, but yeah, basically, debt is money you have to pay back, and cash is cash. Cash. I also include stock. Any kind of stock a company has, equity investments. You know, to me that counts as well. BTQ is just a fake company, dude. No revenue, nothing. They got nothing. Whole thing's a joke. CNBC just, I mean, it really is just like consensus thinking, consensus view. It's mostly a bunch of idiots. The reporters have no experience. They never worked anywhere important or interesting. They're often just somewhat good-looking people that kind of just are doing the reporter thing. You know, they're journalists. They're not really subject matter experts. Real finance is a lot more boring, but, you know, they try to make it entertaining, and it accomplishes neither. A lot of advertisements. I mean, it's television at the end of the day. It's the worst of television. And it can lull you into thinking you're working, which obviously one is not. Okay, so 30% plus growth, average 37% year-over-year growth the last 6 quarters for Taiwan Semi, really remarkable. Now you could also see that reverse and decline at some point, and I think that's just gonna happen someday. Yeah, Becky, that's Warren's favorite. I'm not dead yet. EV is enterprise value. Is this your first day? No, I don't text you. You probably need a better software. What software told you BTQ's market cap was 5 million? Who told you that? What system are you using? Everybody, I don't text 9783. What dumb system are you using, huh? Market cap's only 5 million. Oh, then go buy the whole company. Market cap's only 5 million. I'm looking it up. Oh, trading view. Oh, yeah. Market cap's 5 million. Derp. You might want to try a real system, my man. The float must be so small. Yahoo Finance has the right number, 1.1 billion. Google shows no market cap at all. Unbelievable. Look at that bear flag, guys. Yeah, futures are slowly rolling out in Godel. Oh, you think trading? So you think it's a 5 million market cap? It's good. You're doing good. You're doing good for yourself. It's good. Trust what you see. Tabs, tab folders, or scrollable tab list. I'm not sure what you're asking, Vale. We have tabs on the bottom. Like if you mean like this, like changing tabs. It's kind of an interesting way to do it. What does that mean? Need more tabs? I don't understand what you're saying. There's tabs on the bottom. Yeah, trading views a few billion. Oh, you want a ban? You want a ban? I don't text. Oh, that's what you're asking for. I got you. No problem. I love banning idiots. It's my favorite thing. So you want, how many tabs do you want? Because you can make a monitor 3, and you can put this on your other monitor, right? Okay, you want a 4th tab? Monitor. So what? How do you run out of tabs? How many tabs do you need? Listen, guys, if you're going to type to me, I need complete sentences. Explain the Excel sheet where you list a lot of companies. Well, basically, it's an Excel sheet with a lot of companies. Sometimes, you guys, I'm going to take it out on my cat when I get home. The GitHub link is github.com/Martin Shkreli. You could also Google Martin Shkreli GitHub and get the same link. What brokers do you deal with for futures in your software, Martin? Well, we're a financial information company, so we don't deal with brokers. We deal with exchanges. I hope that answers your question you've asked me 600 times. He's asking it again, and he's adding me. What's wrong with this guy? Don't make jokes, though, saying, I'll ban you. I will ban you if you sit there sarcastically joking, piling on. Because you know why? Because Coreweave, I mean, just the business of buying GPUs, plugging them in and renting them is, it's not easy to do. I couldn't do it, but it's hard for me to imagine that's the biggest company in the world, you know? And the market cap of Coreweave is really high. Now, again, I'm not the expert in that business, so I know people who do it, but it's a very tedious business, and it's not that profitable of a business. You know, it's not a cash gusher. But at the same time, you have this like weird dynamic. Have I been mixing up inventories? 5925 and vendor trade receivables? Non-trade receivables. Concerning. Yeah, I think there is a planned obsolescence, right? I mean, that's part of being a data vendor. I'm sorry, a compute vendor. You're going to have machines go obsolete. That's natural. I don't think that's a big problem, right? Tim, it's Buffett. Yeah, listen, Tim. Do you think I could get through the line like that? Tim, I'm calling for Tim Cook. It's Warren Buffett. Yeah, put him on the line. Yeah, Tim, calling from Omaha. What's up? Listen, that thing we've been talking about. Yeah, wire the money to this account, okay? Yeah, I need a bill. Okay? Yeah, you got wire it over here. You know what I'm talking about. Just wire it. Give me the money. Need about $1 billion. Send over $1 billion to this crypto account, okay? Yeah, put him on the line. There's Warren Buffett from Berkshire Hathaway. Bring me a cherry Coke over, okay? Yeah, I recently got into crypto. They need you to buy this Berkshire coin. I just created it.
It'd be great if Apple could support it and put it on Apple Pay. It's my dying wish. Yeah, bring Becky. Show her what Omaha's all about. Yeah, Munger had a coin too. Munger loved crypto.
Man, the Apple buybacks are a little embarrassing, to be honest. But I guess, you know, that we lived in a anti-merger world, so it's funny how CapEx for Apple isn't growing at all. Tim Cook's just like buying all those GPUs. I ain't doing that.
Charlie hit it first, and then I hit it second. I'm still pissed about that shit. Why Charlie get to hit it first? I'm Warren Buffett, not him. Whole board hit it.
Yeah, I'm still short quantum. Nice and painful. I don't know if Berkshire will drop or not when Warren Buffett passes away. But, you know, guy's an absolute legend. I've had like 3 or 4 home runs and mostly biotech that quantum's eaten up, but quantum dropped from the top. I mean, we were short IonQ at 80 and Rigetti what Rigetti hit? Did Rigetti hit like almost 60? Yeah, almost hit 60. I was ready to jump out the window. I made this post-it note, which I'm never going to have to use again. This marked the top with this post-it note right here. Bag holder. I tweeted it, and that was it. All I just had to do was accept defeat. But yeah, I had Spruce, I had Abivax, I had so many biotech winners. Immune, ATYR, nonstop, W after W. Just kept crushing me. And finally, you know, I've broken through. But maybe I'll give it all back again. We'll see. If quantum goes back to its old highs, if IonQ's at 80 and Rigetti hits 60 and D-Wave, God forbid, hits anything higher, you'll see me back to break even. It's happened many times. 3 times I hit, I think, triple digits back to 0. Worst, I was down 60%. I didn't hit Praxis. And I should have some home runs coming up, yeah. Leverage, nobody, and then having a stock that went up 10x. Spruce went up 10x. Well, price to sales is not relevant for biotech, because if you don't have revenue for your biotech, then I don't know how sirolimus is going to really roll out for Sarepta. I think it's a little more complicated than that. I rarely use stops because I just don't trade that way. I'll use stops for large cap stocks that I don't, you know, have a good edge on. But if I have an edge, I don't really use stops. Or if I think I have an edge. Quantum's, you know, largely not my whole portfolio, but yeah, it's a good majority of my portfolio. I don't think a majority of investors are bullish on quantum. That's not how every stock is owned by somebody. That's not the way I would look at it. Unless you can survey every investor, something. Well, yeah, my private portfolio is more or less the same. Slight variations, but nothing too crazy. I don't know anything about the 𝐷𝐲𝐻 momentum. I'm not really watching that. I don't know the joke of the day, what I would do at that point, but I don't think it's going to happen. There's no bond trading algorithm. That was all fake. Quantum is rebounding as we speak. Well, that's why my portfolio is dropping. I was at 200K. Now I'm at 170K. That's 400 to 300%. So now I'll be in the 200s. I mean, price target I don't even really know what that is. The company's worth a lot more than what it's trading at, but there's it's kind of constantly moving kind of idea depending on what the news is at any given moment. But I think it's pretty undervalued. London, I think London would be our European headquarters, but it could be in Germany. London's kind of dissipating. I'm not sure what we need in Europe. Probably at the very least sales. Yeah, Poland's great. Wherever there's the most traders and hedge funds, and London has quite a lot of them. Zuck was like, well, if we buy too many computers, if Meta buys too many computers, we'll just sell them. And the future is you're going to give me your money. No, I'm going to decrease my position as we get close to the binary event that I'm preparing months and months for. I want to exit. If NEGG gets up enough, I'll short it. Is it up? I don't think NEGG... Terrible ticker, by the way. Imagine, you know, if the Beyond Meat people, the GameStop people have a name for themselves. What do you think the NEGG community calls themselves? Beyond Meaters, you got the GameStoppers, you've got Open Door Army. So Apple's retaking the number 2 enterprise value from Mr. Softy. It's amazing Berkshire's not even top 10 biggest companies. Crazy, huh? And the top 7 are tech? 8, 9? Top 9 are tech. It's a Mag 9. The Nifty 9, NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Broadcom, Meta, Tesla, and Taiwan Semi. Then you got some boring companies. 5 trillion for Nvidia, 4 trillion for Apple, almost 4 trillion for Microsoft, 3.5 trillion for Alphabet, Google, 2.5 trillion for Amazon, almost 2 trillion for Broadcom, almost 2 trillion for Meta, 1.5 trillion for Tesla, 1.25 trillion for Taiwan Semi. I see a Bloomberg article about that. My brother, I live this. I know more about that stuff than the Bloomberg people do. I ain't reading no Bloomberg article. Come on, man. Who do you think I am, man? You don't have longs on any AI stocks. That is not the right grammar. How many times do I have to teach you guys? If you want to ask that question, are you long on any AI stocks? Are you long any AI? Would it be the right way to say that? No, I'm blocked from seeing Shay's tweets. He's banned me from his Twitter. Don't know what I'm gonna do without that insight. That was a little rough. I was a little mad. I like that he was Googling or chatting with ChatGPT, trying to learn about the sector he liked. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Just admit you like the word quantum. Just admit it. Sit here acting you're like Einstein, bro. Come on. I'm not either. Do a little bit. You got to do a little bit of work, bro. Tiny bit. Just a little. We're short capper. That's about all I got to say about that. Wow, look at BTQ. Yeah, Broadcom is no property, plant, equipment. So is Broadcom just going to TSM? They designed the chip. They're fabless. We were saying in my Discord called Quidless for the Brits. What's your confidence level in copper not working? I mean, spend 5 minutes of diligence on it yourself. Opt and Oman, I think, are the same mnemonic. Yeah. Just Oman is the Bloomberg version, so, but it's the same thing. But some people remember Oman from like Bloomberg, so it's backwards compatible. This chart for Getty. What does this chart say, guys? What do you read into this? Triple top right here. Quadruple top. And then the hammer drops. Bam. That's a head and shoulders if I've ever seen one. Am I right or am I right? Make sure you check out 𝐷ealTerminal.com. $83 million of users have connected their brokerages. That's really cool. Thank you guys for your support. All-time high new user growth. We're just crushing it, man. Yeah, so I guess if I had to pick which of these stocks I like or don't like, this is tricky. I definitely think the worst is Apple. Well, Apple is definitely one of the worst. I'll say that. Apple's a tricky one. I probably don't understand it enough. But yeah, the fact that they're not investing very much in AI is kind of interesting. Yeah, it's kind of the Apple way in some ways. It's sort of also consensus kind of hated stock. It's kind of like what Google was like 6 months ago. I kind of dislike Avago or Broadcom. A little bit bearish maybe there. Amazon's actually pretty good, I think. Even though they kind of dropped the ball on GPUs a little, being a good GPU cloud. Or maybe NVIDIA didn't want them to be a good cloud. Google's probably one of the trickiest ones. It's probably fine. Microsoft's also extremely tricky. NVIDIA is also very tricky. I'd probably say I liked NVIDIA the most, just because they have this like insatiable demand. Tesla's one of the hardest. So you have no idea what to expect with Elon. He's just like a superhero comic, character. You don't know if he keeps you hanging. You don't know if it's all gonna fall apart or he rides in at the end as a hero. He seems to always figure it out. Not much of an update on quantum. Definitely doing some investigating into some interesting new papers, but nothing too exciting. Just waiting for the next quarter. I'm just going by largest market caps in the world. This isn't a portfolio that I have. This is literally the world's largest market caps. So yeah, with Optimus, it's hard to trust Optimus, man. I mean, I think he's going to pull through in the end. Teslas are great cars, man. They're really great cars. I don't know, common sense. And they're all like created somewhat differently, right? Like I feel like QUBT and QBTS are going to be more sensitive to earnings than Rigetti and IonQ. But I don't know. Tesla Energy? I think most people are excited about Robotaxi and Optimus. Hard to bet against Elon, but I don't know. I would just say neutral. I'll be diplomatic. But yeah, let me fill out some of my Tesla. I didn't do a good job of these. I think some bulls for quantum will assume that they're going to get results someday, right? I mean, if it doesn't happen anytime soon, then they're going to get, kind of despondent. It may take more quarters, but if they say things like, well, you know, if they say we're going to have 1,000 qubits next month, that's bullish. But if they say, well, we might have 100 qubits next month, IonQ still has only released 39 qubits. So, like, when the heck's machine out? And how many qubits is it going to be? And if they say it's only 100, then a big deal. IBM's had 150 for the last year, maybe longer. Yeah, energy has been going up for Tesla and services. So is this record revenue for Tesla? You listen to all the people on Twitter, you think that Tesla's stopped growing. Is that record revenue? Record vehicle deliveries, record revenue, and record free cash flow. Yeah, no need to. Those guys are acting like Tesla's, you know, dropping quite a lot. Self-driving, in addition to, it's a great car. Optimus, Megapack 3. Yeah, I mean, they're running the business just fine. I thought the sky was falling the way the shorts are talking. Well, you don't need a reason to short a stock. It could just be very overvalued. You know, if somebody said, you want to buy this $100 bill for $1 million, would you say yes? Because you need a reason? Sometimes things are just expensive. You say, no, thank you. Tesla also has like no debt. They could easily take on debt. And a lot of the other companies are taking on debt to buy GPUs. Elon's PP&E, he's not buying many GPUs. So I wonder when Elon becomes a big CapEx. He's really not buying much of any. He's bought, at least at Tesla, and XAI I think he is, but Tesla's added $3 billion in CapEx, and that can't even be half GPUs, I don't think. Well, XAI is its own company, so it's not a spin. They can't spin it out. It's property of XAI. It's a different company. Listen, bro. Well, I would say I like Godel Terminal because it gives me access to things that I can't get in any other system. And it really understands that Wall Street is a social place. So if I want to look up other people on the buy side or sell side, I can do that on Godel. Or it just feels like those other systems don't, like they're made for people who live in a basement and don't talk to Wall Street. And that's not me. I don't want to be a loser. So that's why I use Godel. Try it now for free. I feel like a lot of these systems are not even made for people who trade. Because, like, if you look at news, a lot of these systems don't really have the right news all the time. It's frustrating. I want as much news per ticker as possible. I don't want to guess as to whether or not my system has news or not. I'll pay for the certainty. I need it to have every news wire. Because what happens if I miss the news? I can't trade like that.